Hello, and welcome to Heaven's Vault. This is a puzzle game. I discovered this when I was looking for games similar to Chants of Sonar, which is one of my favorite puzzle games of the past few years. So some sort of a language focus. This is going to be a replay of the first hour because I had some audio issues. The music was way too loud, so I put that down. I could not hear my voice at all. I've adjusted some things on my end as well. Do you want to restart from the beginning? You will lose all your progress from the current playthrough? Yes. So, re-recording this first bit, it shouldn't be too bad. Not a whole lot happened, to be honest. I sailed to the temple where the gods have gathered, to gaze at their faces in deep pools. In my boat, the souls of the years sail with me. The Book of the Dead. 1,000 years before the current era. Oh, actually start over. Okay. So it just resets your file and then you actually have to start from the beginning. I guess that makes sense. I kind of thought that was going to be a new game, but here we are. Now,
Stories don't have tidy beginnings.
A little bit unfortunate, but
the past is always present.
I will just go through the first bit. I guess not quite as quickly as I can, but pretty close. I will try to replay
something that brings the past to light
in the same sort of way that I did originally. So please climb carefully. You worry too much. So we've got some person with a robot following her around. Take a moment to rest before you walk, mistress, please. Alright, that's curious, because we have... Yeah, so we have WASD movement. We've got a red bar up top. Okay, the red bar is gone. Not entirely sure what the point of that was. A bricked up opening. There is something here. To keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? Well, one of those two. I guess it could also just be for aesthetics. There's something written here. Must have been cut in when the mortar was still wet. Alright, so already I have a little bit more context for this just because I did play through for the first hour. There's a little bit of a language symbol game here where we're trying to figure out what these words mean. I don't actually know what that word means, but presumably it means Heaven's Vault, given it is on the title screen. Yeah, and then that whole scene just... I'd actually forgotten about that. So that's how relevant that was to everything that's going forward. Some weeks earlier. Right, so I guess we're playing the flashback until we catch up to where the game started.
Begins on Iox.
Iox.
That was where I met the robot.
So interesting animation style for the characters in this game. I quite like the way that it looks. It's nice that not every game just looks the same. I appreciate there being different art styles. Mistress Elia. Presumably that's us. Okay. Professor Mayari wants us. So we got a timeline feature here. So we're in the modern age. I guess we returned to Iox 29 seconds ago. Oh, this is a little bit awkward. There was the Holy Empire back in the day, I guess. And so, yeah, definitely some sort of a timeline thing here where we're trying to piece things together. Don't really know much more about that, but I just thought, I spent time looking at it in the first playthrough, so I'm going to try to give my thoughts on things more or less the same. If you take too long, I did notice the dialogue just auto progresses. So if I wanted to know one of these things, I could ask it, but I could also just not do an input. And we've been off moon, sailing the rivers. How else would I get here? I always wondered how it might be to sail. Do you have a name, robot? I'll just choose more or less the same things I did last time. Is that intended to be a joke? No. Robots do not have names. We are interchangeable. Did you say what you wanted? Yes. Oh, she wanted me. Okay. Urgency was remarkable. So we do have the ability to control our camera. Robots are required to report on us, giving our thoughts on things. Required to? Of course. Professor Meyer is my primary user, but I will try to sugarcoat your opinion. Good to know you got my back. Tree of Knowledge. Oh, I missed that last time. Each branch grows more branches. Alright, I just tried to
I
move.
was 15 when Mayari rescued me from the slums of Elbereth and brought me here. I'd never seen such luxury or such kindness.
Alright, what do you think of this sculpture? There's a pleasing balance to it. I hate it. Alright, well, let's just go into the office.
I still don't know why she did it.
Alia, there you are. Come in. I came as soon as I got your message. You don't need to flatter me, Alia. Nonetheless, I'm glad you came. I know your work is important to me. No, my work is important to everyone. Obviously. Well, today it's important to me. Right, we are a history expert. And as a history expert, yep, that old thing is old. Eagle and Sun. One of the scholars sent this brooch to me. Janiki Remba. Do you know him? Did? Look at the detail. Also, if we go here, I guess fashioning the Eagle and Sun design, clearly an Empire period piece. We're guessing it's about 480 years old, something like that. Okay. I see them. Ancient markings. So those are the markings. I've never seen either of these groupings before, but the two words have some common elements. So they must have related meanings. Right, so we have... so... Right, so my thoughts on this then. So we have not a lot of information to go with here. And I was commenting on this. So with Chance of Sonar, it was you had to sort of type in your own words, and then you got the ability to verify things after a certain point. Here, they give you the thing, and like I don't have any context for this, but apparently this word either means holy or friend. Those are my choices. And so I have to just pick one, and then, you know, we go from there. So even though I theoretically don't know what this means, the game kind of just tells me what it means, which I'm not a huge fan of. But that might just be the way that we're required to do things in this game because there's just not enough information otherwise, the way that they present things. But there are still some interesting things. About half an hour into it, oh, we're already 10 minutes in. Man. About half an hour into the previous recording, I started finding some interesting connections between things, but we'll just kind of go through it for now. So we'll just say holy, and then emperor or beloved. Yeah, and it says beloved friend. So our choice is basically, does it mean holy? Does this mean holy emperor or does it mean beloved friend? And I'm just going to do what I did last time. I ended up going with holy emperor. I mean, it could be holy beloved or friend emperor, I guess. But I went with holy emperor, so we'll just stick with that for now. Okay, Renville wasn't the kind to send me trinkets. There's some significance to it. Shiniki told me he'd found something. That was more than a month ago. He's an Eoxian. You mean he's soft? I mean he's reliable, unlike me. Okay. Something persuaded him to go to Marcy, of all places. I can't go hunting the nebula for missing people, but you can. Okay, give me money. Oh, you're taking that robot with you. What a trustworthy face. Before you go, you should look in on Huang. He was eager to see you. Well, that doesn't sound promising. He's rather beneath you, but could you at least say good faith to him? That he's rather beneath you line actually means a little bit more to me already on the second playthrough. Which I guess I will save that for when I make the connection. I'll bear that in mind. They're as cold as the rivers themselves. Well suited to the stars. He's down there by the tree. Alright, let's go downstairs. Can I just say, Mr. Celia, it is wonderful to be accompanying you. I hate robots. They're always giving me robots. I lose them like I lose pencils. And I'm calling you 6, because presumably I've lost 5 other robots. I wonder if I got the translation correct. I think I did. Oh, okay, that's right. I actually... And the emperors believe themselves to be gods. It makes sense the words would be almost the same. I didn't actually get that last time because I said... Holy friend or something. Like, I deliberately did it wrong just to see what would happen, and then I didn't actually get this confirmation last time. Interesting. Well, I guess there's a lesson in there. Just try to do the sensible thing. There's Fong. Let's get out of here before he sees me. We'll ask. Because I did talk to him last time, so let's just do the same thing. Don't know if I'm able to skip him or not. I didn't know you were back. Professor Mary wanted to see me. Okay, I think I chose something different here. I don't actually recognize this. I've been reading all day. I've got a new robot. Let's just change topic. Another one? Is that wise? You don't always bring them back. You don't ever, really. I don't know why they give them to me. I don't think they're trying to spread them around the nebula. When did you last see him? Here at the university, maybe 2 weeks ago? Thank you. What do you make of this brooch? Can you tell me anything? Older versions have more naturalistic birds. There's some writing on the back of the brooch. So I know I said I was going to try to do the same thing. Somehow I've gotten completely off course and done a bunch of different things. So talking to NPCs can just give you words. That's good to know. Show me, and I'll let you know if you have time. This is the thing I remember actually doing with Huang. Which gives me the word for Empress for free. I know one of these words. I'll have to guess the other two. So this one means banished or buried. So the Empress banished or buried something. I said robots. I don't, mostly because I thought it would be funny, so let's just go with that. Also, I gave some debate in the previous recording that is this a left to right language or is this a right to left language? So like the robots banished the Empress. Which Arabic is right to left. So depending on this game's inspirations, that could have been a thing, but I'm pretty sure based on the way the main character talks, that it is a left to right language, so I'm just going to run with that assumption. I think that's correct. I thought there weren't any robots in the Empire. Well, I'm just guessing. I don't actually think the word is robot. Have you sailed before? I have no idea. Yeah, so this game doesn't have a whole lot of gameplay to it. It's just kind of walking around and talking to people and finding words. So I'm still not sold on the idea of it, but I do think it's worth spending a little bit more time with. Nice place, isn't it? I do not believe so. What else do you know about the place? It's a moon of pigs and rice. Maybe they'll have a few runes of their own? Right, so then we got the nebula here, with some different places that we can look at. There's Renaki, which is a market moon, far outside the reach of Eox. Never been there. Elbereth is my home. It's where I more up when I want to sleep well. Not today. Professor Mary wants me to find her friend. I should at least try before heading back empty-handed, so this is the one place we can actually go. Okay, sailing to Mercy in the Verdant Pass.
Mayari wanted us to sail to Maerzi.
Mercy.
It was a short sail through fast waters.
You should go right momentarily, yes. So we're navigating, and then we get these arrows here. I found the forces fastest in the middle. So if we want to go quicker, I guess we try to stay in the center of these lanes. Find it a little bit weird that we actually have to do this manually, like just traveling. It's an interesting visual space. So we want to go right here. This is your ship, mistress? Right, I tried to hit these rocks and I was unable to. Let's reply. Call her the Nightingale. Okay, we just found our ship somewhere. Heresy, a farming moon. If Remba's here, I need to find him. And if he's not, I need to work out where he went.
We stepped off the ship and into the mud. Mud covered the ground and rock.
I mean, pretty nice moon
And
if it has
everywhere
water.
I looked, things were growing from the mud. And some of those things had legs.
Robot cannot breathe. Good to know. Okay, robot's a little bit sassy, but that's okay. Let's see where Rimba's got to. Well, I found an old pot. We can get another word, maybe. There's no way I am crossing that. Robots cannot swim. Something scratched here. The emblem of, Eox. I suppose this is where the Merisians leave goods for the Eoxians to collect. Well, Janiki won't be hiding in there. Yeah, so part of the initial
The air
impression of this
smelled
game
earthy and sweet.
is that movement really doesn't feel good. Can't walk on the rice. Look at her, she towers over everything. Elborith has a statue like that, sort of, just a pair of feet. Eox must approve, although I understand they destroyed similar statues on other moons. Would you recognize Remba if we saw him? Did you meet him? I believe he activated me, mistress, after I was uncovered. I suspect that is why Professor Myri assigned me to you. Alright, good to know. Moon seems most poor to me. No proper buildings. Mud everywhere.
This was what passed for a street on Mayerzi. Buildings on stilts, jumping out of the bushes like children. It was so quiet. Three paths met at the heart of the village. I could imagine them all, sitting around here in the evenings, sipping rucker and singing. It seemed nice.
Stranger. I'm looking for someone. Not a Merisian, surely. We are alike as ants to you. I'm looking for, an Eoxian. We do not keep any of those in our pens. Good luck with your search. They say the nebula is wide. Helpful. It appears Rambo was never here, mistress. Perhaps we should return to the ship. Maybe someone will talk to us properly. I'm not finished with you yet. Is that so? Important I find my friend. Oh, I missed this. Is that an inscription? At least this won't be a completely wasted trip. Is that a single word? Most likely not. Ancient scribes did know I was trouble to put in their spaces. Okay, I wonder... So there's the... As far as I got last time was the place after this place. And we had this conversation about them not putting in spaces then. Alright, so... Okay, so we're actually getting a different game right off the bat here. So we have Holy. And then this, I just assumed was water. And I feel like that's a pretty good assumption. Kind of reminds me of Emperor. Really? How? Like, there's that thing. Can you read this inscription? Alright. Well, so I could probably look around in here, but in the interests of catching up to where I was at the end of the previous recording, I'm just gonna move on. So that I'm not playing the rest of the series with knowledge that I didn't have, or whatever. Although I guess getting more knowledge in this playthrough doesn't matter. We were not alone. I was born on Elbereth. Where are you from, Yox? I'm looking for a man named Janiki. He left something for you with the goddess to keep it safe. So he was here. He promised he would come back. I hope you find him. Yeah, so... Miari, if I still don't remember this main character's name. I think that was the professor's name. And we just didn't correct her, so she's assuming that we're the professor. I mean, I guess we don't know Janiki. So... which is why we asked the robot. I also feel like we missed a conversation that I had last time, maybe because I got distracted by the well. So I'll just say it now. The Eox Empire seems to be an interstellar slave-owning empire, and the people here are slaves, is the gist of it that I got. Which could also be why that one person was far beneath me in the university. If he was a slave or from a slave caste or something like that. Perhaps he has hidden whatever he has hidden. Something's carved here. More symbols. Right, and so this is where I just assumed that this is water. Because when I was given... yeah, when I was given this... so we have holy... oh, it's not... that's not the right icon. Okay, well, we have water. Almost like a pictogram, yes. Okay, so we are actually confident on that this time around. Now let's take a stab at the other word. I mean, we did see it on the well. Alright, holy has that in front of it. Didn't we already know the word for goddess, or am I... this is why it's unfortunate that that first recording failed, because now I'm I mean, regardless, it's a statue. This is a water planet, or water moon, so we're gonna go with water goddess. Because that was the assumption that I made here. Alright, let's leave. And, one more place to go. And it's a good thing that I played for about an hour, because this last place is where I started actually getting interested in the game. So, we'll just get there, do what I did last time, and then call it an episode. Right, so the crystal in the heart must have come from somewhere on the edge of the cyclones. Alright, let's go. Before I change my mind. Well, this ship can take it. Clearly. Also, is that a hurricane or a cyclone? I don't remember the exact distinction between those two things, but I did do a report on it in elementary school. I think it has to do with wind speed. So one of them would be more dangerous than the other, for sure. Okay, source of the brooch crystal. Well, we'll go there. Could sail around here, try to pick up more artifacts. Or I could explore other avenues. No, we're going to go because it's what I did last time. Sailing to the source of the brooch crystal. Are there other ships? Okay, either path is fine. I've not seen any. Either path is fine. Steer left. I mean, I guess I can demonstrate this because I did get it wrong last time. If you take a wrong path, miss turning, I can just hit backspace to reset. Presumably, I could also use that to explore, but as of now, I don't really have any reason to explore beyond the set destination. So, and as visually interesting as this is, I'm not really into driving games, by which I mean I don't like driving games at all. So, just exploring this for the sake of the exploration, especially when I don't even know if there's going to be anything, just doesn't particularly appeal to me. So, we'll leave that for later, I guess. Which way are we going? We're going this way. And left. Oh, almost went off course there. Okay, we can ask a question. What are the rivers? Oxygen, hydrogen, ice. Velocity keeps them coherent. Not actually sure which way I'm going here. I think we're just going somewhere. So why did the rivers wind? Also, I can't go off course, by the way. Why aren't they straight? I would require more data, mistress. Why does water swirl when mixed with wine? Because fluid dynamics are hard. And mysterious, yes. Okay, the source of the crystal is close at hand. Different texture now. There's a rock up ahead. What have we found? A crystal moon. Well, people would come to a lonely spot like this for mining, presumably. We've arrived. The moon below us is rich in purple hyalite crystals. No surface flow. We cannot land the ship. So this is as close as we get? As close as you can get. Because as we determined previously, the robot does not need to breathe. Hopper? For instantaneous travel. Source fires at the subject, casts it into the hopper's eye. The eye refracts the signal. It is focused and reconstituted. Are you sure that the eye-like crystal came from here? Statistically certain, which is the best kind of certain. Alright, so the robot gets to go on a journey on his own, I guess.
A moment later, the robot was gone, and I was alone in the dark.
I mean, you got lights on. I wonder if the hopper worked. Can't see anything moving down there. This is the quickest you've lost a robot yet. If I flew away now, I could be rid of that thing. I found something, mistress. Tool chest. Engineer's chest. Probability is high. I believe the moon below us was once a quarry. Makes sense. But this box is no artifact. I hope there isn't a snake in there. Well, it would be dead, probably, if there was, given that it was on a moon with no atmosphere. Thick fabric. What is this? A robe? Hundreds of years old. Something stitched along the belt. Time for another word. Another couple of words, maybe. Okay, so we get to skip the dialogue about them not putting spaces between the words because we've already seen that dialogue. Alright, so an assumption that I made in the previous part was that this symbol here means person. And so we're seeing that, like, emperor is a kind of person. Holy has something to do with people as well. So then here, simply on the basis that there are 4 dashes, I went with plural. So we. And this one. So we had this word which means banished. And I think I can... Oh, can I not click on that? Okay, I had to click a bunch of times before it registered. That's weird. Passage from the Annals. I chose the translation for a reason. Yeah, so my choices here were banished or buried. And so here, these are people. banishing rebels makes more sense to me, so I changed that at this point. Let's take another look at it. I really wish they didn't have these interjections with the thoughts, because like it shows the word, then you get rid of the word, then you show the word again. It just kind of... it's distracting and unnecessary, in my opinion. Like, just show her thoughts first and then do this. Or skip the thoughts entirely while we're in the middle of this mode. Anyway, so this icon, I ended up assuming that it means movement of some sort. It has the water, actually, now that I look at it, with the arrow on it. We've got goddess here. So people move to the goddess? That could be a pilgrim. And then this... pray? We pilgrims pray. Were you a pilgrim, Remba? Of some ancient faith, perhaps, kept secret from the powers back on Eox. Secret from Yari herself? There's more in here. Shard of a water-bearer goddess sculpture fashioned from crystal. Broken piece from a longer phrase. Okay, this is interesting because I don't recognize this at all, so it might be random which artifacts you find where. Okay. Well, we need to identify the goddess here. Must have used the wrong word. There's prey. I'm feeling confident about my translation of prey. Not much to go on. Comes from the same site as the robe. Having another artifact should be useful in tracking down where these things originated. And that's not all. A brass box decorated with cut glass. Okay, yeah, so... definitely different. So we still got the same number, but it's random which artifacts they are. Interesting. So in a way, I kind of like that I had to restart that, just because I'm getting an understanding of the structure of the game. And that is an interesting way to do things. But I guess that also means that we can find these in any order, so... really makes me wonder, like, what the purpose of the game is, or the goal. Anyway, there is us here. God? I guess we can go with God. I can add my translation to gods to the dictionary. And us must be correct too. Sure, if you say so. Gods. Okay, so this is like a lightning bolt striking something. But all of these, so this is similar to something I saw last time. So all of these are positive or neutral. So it's not like gods punish us. This could be, again, I think this, because banish and pilgrim, assuming those are right, this symbol has something to do with movement. These two marks seem to don't denote a verb. To banish, to pray. So this then would be a verb of going from one place to another. So this could be offering. God's offered something to us. It could also be telling. You're giving words. We'll put offer for now. Some kind of offering box. A battered compass. Oh, so we actually got another artifact along with the box. Interesting. Well, we are far out into uncharted territory at this point. Completely blind going forward. So we have give us. My translation for give doesn't feel right. So protect, maybe? Sources, ways, tails, winds. This is on a compass. So we'll go way or path. Protect? Okay, I can see what Huang thinks, so maybe Huang will just tell us what some of these words mean. Do you know where the robe originated? And I guess that's why in the box we could see the purple robe, but we couldn't see the other two items. Because the robe was, I guess, fixed, but the other two were not. Show me. Let's go to this bad place. Into the eye of the cyclones, where the winds tore him apart. Alright, well that's where we're going to leave it from here. Next time, into the eyes of the eye of the cyclones. I will see you then.